currently my will for the next 1 week.
This summer, I decided to go to an island called Mun Nai Island. It's one of the most remote places I have ever been. Seriously, I'm telling you. Plus, it's a paradise for bird enthusiasts like me. I guess I just want to document my time here and maybe take you through my experience with nature and share with what wildlife I have encountered along the way. It's chicken. So come join me if you are interested. Alright, hello guys. So if you're new here, my name is Marwin and today I'm at Mun Nai Island and I'm here as a BCST volunteer. Basically, I come here to help out with filling out waters, greeting like birders. It's pretty exciting so far because I get to see a lot of birds and got to stay here for 1 week. There have been a report of the sighting of Japanese paradise flycatchers, so gotta hurry up now. There are 3 hides at Mun Nai Island and our first stop of the day is Turtle Hide. I have no idea why it's called Turtle Hide, but what I know for sure is that it took me quite some time to look at these birds until I made it. Okay, so right now I'm at the Turtle Hide, so I'm gonna attempt to wait here for a moment to see if it came back or any other birds, as I just saw a Mukimaki flycatchers. That's such a good name for this bird. I don't know why. It's got like some sort of Japanese vibe. And another one is yellow rump flycatchers, or as like Thai birder usually call them momuang or mangoes, because like the whole body of the male got this so yellowish light yellow on the whole belly, and behind it, as you may guess, yellow rump. So yeah, pretty cool birds, I say, and really like it a lot. But another variation is the species called Narcissus flycatchers, which is very all similar except that its eyebrow is yellow and it's very rare. So many people just hope to see them here too, including myself. So just gotta wait and see. The highlight while I waited there was this female greenback flycatcher. I think it is, and it later takes off and replaced by this oriental magpie robin. But times go by and there is yet any sign of a Japanese paradise flycatcher. In the meantime, since no bird is coming around yet, I guess I could share some facts about Mun Nai. So first of all, Mun Nai Island, well, it's quite restricted, and most of the time the objective here is to come see the sea turtles. So they come here to see those turtles, and maybe in hope of like finding them in the open sea too, like in case like they go for like scuba diving. But the main thing here is that for me and for many others fellow bird watchers and bird photographers, it is because Mun Nai Island is like one of the few stops here in Thailand that birds always come here to visit. You might wonder why bird has to come to island. Like, do they have a thing to come to like holidays, or do they just like find this like island attractive shape like when they look down from the high sky? Well, apparently it's not. The fact is, these birds, they like flew across the seas, like the Gulf of Thailand, and like from like, I don't know, down south like Australia, Malaysia, and they just like fly all the way. And at that point, they are so tired and they have to like find a stop before like they able to like get across to inland of Thailand or like somewhere else. So these are like one of like few hot spots, and in hope of like getting as much as things as they need, like food, water, and like just like for us, I guess it's like pack all the things, but like for these birds, they don't pack things, they just like get packed. So they ate all as much food as they can. They try to store some fats in their body, but by the process of that is that not many birds are successful. That's because maybe a lot of them are so exhausted they like can't even like try to get food when they lay down. That's my one of my assumptions. And another is might be like the competition around here. They're trying to get like the area, like secure the area for themselves to be able to like sustain on the limited resources. That's one. And another is predation. One of the story that's quite really tragic and to see is that the water monitors, these guys like they eat the birds that are alive here. And the worst part is the bird that we just saw, like our group, is that this water monitors just ate a fairy pitta. Fairy pitta is a very rare bird, so we quite like rooting for it and like trying like pressing it to like go through all the journeys. So when it like get eaten, and even though like the population is already bad enough and declining, so quite saddened by the incident of. Anyways, I feel like I talk a lot, and I better go check the water high right now. So right now there's one lizard, which is very common here too. And I'm not sure what it's called, but in Thai we call it yeah, which is pretty like abundant right now. Okay, I'll catch you guys later. I might redo this new thing. Bye.
Okay, so I look it up and the lizard name is called common butterfly lizard. Yup. And then after some time at the turtle hide, I gave up on the majestic male paradise flycatcher because there is one at the research house that got caught too bad. Like look at it. And right now heading to the next station, which is Pitta High. What is this guy? Sorry guys, I got distracted. It's Asian bow Flycatcher. Earlier I left the turtle hide because the visitors came and I just let them have the seats and updated on the presence of the Mugimagi Flycatchers and the Yellow Flycatchers. So they're just gonna like try to get wet there and see if it returns. But pretty certain that it will be because it's still hanging out in the area. But for me right now, just walking around the trail, yes, and get to see what other birds I found. So yes, wish me luck. One of the things to look out for is the footsteps of crunchy leaves. In this case, I heard something. Well, it's chicken. I'm about to say that are like three possibilities, which is chicken, water monitor. Actually, there are more birds, like ground birds, like pittas, and also the lizard that I was talking about earlier. I end up didn't have much luck at the Pitta High. Here are a few footage I got throughout the week. Most often we have these greenback flycatchers dominating the area. Other than that, I got a good look at mangrove whistlers. They are dull in colors, but its high-pitched call is really soothing. Okay, for Pitta, I found a brewing Pitta along the path. The more I look at it, it's just like that pizza lamp, if you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, the big part that makes this trip possible is because of how I applied to be a volunteer for the Bird Conservation Society of Thailand. So let's talk about what I did throughout the week as my duty.
First off, I begin my days waking up at 7 a.m. or just really close by that. The first thing I do is getting ready, get our cameras ready, and we go out birding. That's the first thing we do. Like we try to count as many birds and find as many birds we can. Ooh, got how many kite right there, but yeah.
So myself in the video keeps getting distracted, so I should continue from here. After birding around the island, me and my friend usually come back and have breakfast first before make another lap to refill the water and the mealworms in each hide. Also while checking the water dripping system and the camera traps. Once we are done, we are generally free. One other thing is saying hi to the birders who come to an island and ask them to put their infos in a notebook. I usually then relax at the house and watch the researchers drinking and releasing the birds they caught. One thing I learned is that sharks are the beast and you don't want to mess with them. Anyways, more importantly, it is so great to be there and I just want to thank everyone so much for having me. Now, for the food, there is an auntie who cooks for us for 3 meals a day. I gotta say that other than birds, her food is what I look forward to each day. As the sun is about to go down, we then make another trip birding to record where we got new birds coming to the island. I think I remember like most of the birds call around here. Yeah, anyways, that one is a yellow Flycatcher. You guys hear that? It might be like too low, but I just heard. Is this squishing sound? This is the bats. They've been calling for like many times, like early in the morning and like late in the afternoon, like about to like dusk, and yeah, just like it's so hard to find them. Like I saw them once while I'm here, but that's it. Like they're just like sneaking into like inside of the trees and like really hard to find. Afterwards, we went crazy to find a sparrow hitching a ride on the ship and landed itself a new home here. And then almost every day, me and my friend had to jump into the ocean, specifically from the pier. I just can't tell how much refreshing it is to do so after a hot, long day. And one of the days, I take a shot to dive nearby the beach, hoping to find some tiny nudibranch.
I guess just gonna chill myself out and find something to see. Beach look nice today, not so like intense waves incoming, just like pretty chill. Yeah, and don't know, I have no experience at all in diving, like not even to mention how terrible I'm as a swimmer, but we'll see if we find anything. And so yeah,
it was hopeless for me as the water wasn't so clear, and of course I still couldn't hold my breath for long. But I was fortunate enough to find this black brooch porcupine fish. He is just so cute, like look at him, and I just try to keep my distance between him, and yeah, as you can see, snap some mediocre underwater photos, but definitely memorable. In the evening, our last activity of the day is that my friend was attempting to catch a squid for sashimi, but we end up didn't have much luck catching one or any, so we crossed that off our menu and our next target were crabs. Yes, so the next day the water was finally shallow enough for us to tide pooling for marine life. Other than catching so many crabs, we also found others marine life like these sea cucumbers, sea urchin, and this potential rare poisonous crab according to my friend. Oh, and a nudibranch too, but a really giant one called Crumpy Nudibranch. Not as pretty as other nudibranchs I was looking for, but I would take it for my first nudibranch discovery. We then returned to the research house and cooked seafood to eat with instant noodles. But yes, it's hands down one of the best noodles and crabs I have ever eaten. Crab meat was just so fresh and slightly sweet. it's definitely just a guilty pleasure for me, but yes. And other than that, Auntie gave us a watermelon and a pineapple. That's just another pure joy. Today is my last day on Mun Nai Island, and I'm taking like the last walk to take a look around if there are any leftover birds that I'm supposed to see. And anyways, I've been having so much good times and like so grateful for this opportunity to come here and do a lot of things. I guess I'm gonna wrap up a bit of my favorite moments. So first, for the birds, I got a lot of lifers. This like include all the like crazy bird like Pitta, that's a check, and a lot of things else, like a good number of Pittas. Get to see a lot of them here while I'm here. Also the Flycatchers, those are like the gems of these islands too. Like there's no way that it can be seen this easily for like greenback Flycatchers, rump Flycatchers, like real close. And could also be the cuckoos that I'm impressed about. I saw lashhawk cuckoo, chestnut wing cuckoo, hawk cuckoo, and square-tailed donko cuckoo. Just a lot of them here, and a lot of them just like getting good pictures for the first time. So grateful for that too. Overall, highly recommend to come visit to Mun Nai Island. It's such a like good experience to come here. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Hope you guys follow me for new video. If you watched till this end, thank you so much. I hope you learned a thing or two about wildlife while I was here. Thanks again, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.